If I'm using shared drives, where would you recommend we add one-on-one meeting agendas that may be private for just those two people? Is it acceptable to use MyDrive in those scenarios? Now, Angie asks a really good question and is obviously a listener or a watcher of the channel because I'm a strong advocate for using only shared drives for everything in your MyDrive. Now, if you've logged into MyDrive for the first time or you're pretty new to Google Workspace, you may notice that there's two places that you can save things in Google Drive. You've got your MyDrive and you've got shared drives. Now, if you don't see shared drives, you might be in a Gmail account. I think these days all the Workspace accounts have shared drives in them, although the basic plan has a cut down version of it. You're missing a few options. But in every business now, accessing shared drives is the way to go for storing your company information. Your MyDrive is a bit like your My Documents folder. That's where you put your stuff, and the shared drives is where you put your company stuff. So MyDrive is controlled and owned by you. Documents you create in there are owned by you individually. When you create a shared drive, that's for things that are owned by the company. Create a document inside a shared drive, and that document is owned by the company. Now, if you're the business owner and you've got permission on that shared drive to do whatever you want, of course you can delete the document, you can change the document, you can do whatever. But you can set up special permissions for other people inside the shared drive, and you can restrict what they can do. One of the cool things you can do is there's a certain permission that lets people add files to a shared drive, edit those files once they're in there, but not delete the files, which I really, really love. And that's a great one for contractors and even potentially employees as well if you're working with sensitive files. Now, the question here is about what do you do with one-on-one meeting agendas? And they're obviously suggesting that this is stuff that you want to share just with a particular staff member. Now, you might be tempted to just leave those files sitting in your MyDrive and share them individually with the person that you've got the one-on-one. I'm assuming it's a communication log or some kind of like personal management type thing. That's one way of doing it. You open the file, you put it in MyDrive, and then you share it with the individual person. But there's another way of doing things. And this is the way that I would recommend you do it. It might not be relevant for all businesses, but I'm a fan of setting systems up the right way so that as your business grows and as it scales, eventually you're going to add more staff. And one day, hopefully you're going to have an HR assistant or manager or consultant who's going to help you with some of your staff one-on-ones. You know, maybe you can do it for the first 5 or 8 people in the business, but once you get north of 10 people, you're going to employ managers, and those managers are going to start managing the other people, right? So we need to be able to start giving this to someone else. Well, my recommendation would be to create a shared drive for HR, and I'll show you how exactly you can configure those shared permissions so you get it perfect for your one-on-one personnel files. So let's go ahead and dive into our Google Drive. I open up Google Drive. By default, it's in my MyDrive here, and then I've also got shared drive set up as well. Now, you may notice something a bit different to my normal demo space. I've started using a demo account so I can make a bit more of a mess without annoying my team. But from time to time, if I need to switch back to our production account, I will. We'll see how we go. Okay, so I'm going to create a shared drive, and so I'm going to hit the new button and create new shared drive, and I'll call this like HR files, right? And I'm going to go ahead and create that. Now, when I create a shared drive, I've got the option to manage members, which is the people that have access to this drive, right? So you can see here I've got myself as a manager, and usually what I would do is add the appropriate groups to access this drive. I'm not going to take you through the whole group setup and how to manage groups in the admin panel. We've got heaps of other videos on that on the channel. So search groups, and I'm sure 10 or 15 videos will come up talking all about that. But I'll just go ahead and add a group here because what I typically do is use group-based permissions for anyone accessing a shared drive. Why group-based permissions are a good idea? Well, it means that if you add a new person to your business, you can just add them to the group and they're going to get access to everything that they need access to. You don't need to individually manage who needs access to what in the drives. And you can use groups with calendar sharing. You can use it with chat rooms. You can use it with meeting invites. Lots of different things you can use that for. So we've got our executive group that I'm adding here. Basically at the top level of the folder, I'm only inviting the business owners, which are the people that sit inside this executive group. I don't want anybody else like the whole company to be added to this because the stuff in here is just going to be HR files. Now, if I want to create a document here let's say, whoops, I'm going to get a little prompt here to use Gemini. Okie dokie. All right, so let's make this a one-on-one with, let's say, Mary. That's our employee. All right, cool. So one-on-one, maybe agenda and log. Cool. Okay, so in here, and we can even ask Gemini for a template, huh? How about we do that? Oh, Gemini disappeared. Okay, let's bring Gemini back. Can you help me create a one-on-one file template that would be useful for agenda items that I want to talk about with an employee? And give me a framework for managing ongoing communication and notes when I have meetings with this employee. All right, let's see how that goes. Now, if you're wondering what dictation app I use, it's called Whisper Flow. That's the one. And it's really quite impressive, actually. It uses OpenAI's Whisper protocol, and it does a very, very good job on transcription. There we go. Cool. All right, great. So we've got our one-on-one agenda log. That's been added in there. Framework for managing ongoing. All right, great, cool. So we've got all that stuff here, and we've got it in the document. Now, usually what people do here is they do something very naughty, and they hit the blue share button, and then they share stuff. But what we need to do first is we need to put this document into the shared drive. Now, see, oh, it's already in the shared drive. Okay, I guess when I created the file, I was already in the shared drive, so I put it there. Excellent. Usually what happens is people go to their MyDrive, then they open a file, and it doesn't actually show up in their shared drive. But this one is in the shared drive, so that's perfect. Okay, great, it's in the right place. Done. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna share the file individually. So at that point is where we will share this file, and we'll choose someone to share the file with. We don't have a Mary, but we do have a Mary in our business, so I'm gonna share this one with Mary. I won't notify her, because she'll be wondering what's going on here. And maybe you might decide to, instead of letting the employee edit absolutely everything in this document, this might be appropriate to give them just comment access. So I'll update their access so they can only comment on the document, they can't edit everything. But there is something very cool that they can do. There's a feature called suggested edits, and that's available to anyone who can comment on the document. So if you click suggesting here, I don't think I need to refresh. No, it's good to go. Any changes that I want to make to the document, let's say I want to delete that stuff, it's going to say, hey, this has been created as a suggestion by Peter. Do you want to accept or do you want to deny? Now, for anyone who has comment access, they can switch to the suggesting mode and do the same thing. If they want to add some new information, or they want to, in this case, add their own agenda item to the upcoming meeting, you can see here these show up as suggestions. Even when you're editing the document, as you know, myself, I have permission to edit the document. If I click accept and accept, it's going to go ahead and accept those changes. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, let's go back, and I think I'll decide to reject those actually. So the overall folder here is housing all of the documents, and the overall folder is only shared with the members here of the shared drive. But the individual files are able to be shared, and you can see here the little sharing icon is there because this individual file has been shared with one person. Now, when you configure the shared drive, you've actually got a few interesting settings in the shared drives feature to handle things like this. If you click on a shared drive here, or if you're in your shared drives list, you can right click on a shared drive and go to shared drive settings. You'll see this is different to the members screen. This one doesn't handle permissions, but it handles what you can and can't do. Now, there's a few settings here that might be useful for you to enable specifically for an HR files folder or shared drive. And I would say here, should you allow people outside of IT Genius to access files? No, I'd probably untick that one. This is a good opportunity to lock down so no file here can ever be shared outside of people who are in IT Genius as a defined user. That makes sense. This is an appropriate time to untick that one. Now, allow people who aren't shared drive members to access files. We've got to keep this one ticked. This one makes sense to leave on because, remember, inside the file, we do need to share individual files out of the shared drive. Now, when might you use that other setting to lock down so no one outside the shared drive members can access files? That's maybe when you've got like a team training file and it's got information specifically just for one team. And you don't want to share it with, contractors. You don't want to share it with anybody else except those defined people. Maybe your board reports, you want to keep them locked down just in one place. Then yeah, sure, maybe you would also tick that. So no one accidentally shares a file outside of there. Anything that's highly sensitive, maybe legal information. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's a good one for my finance folder, right? Payroll, accounts, and that kind of thing. But what usually happens is you want to share some of those files with your accountant. So it makes sense that maybe you actually leave it open to share outside people who have direct access, and potentially even outside the company as well, if you wanted to share a finance folder so that your finance consultant can help you out with that. All right, cool. Now, other permissions. Allow content managers to share folders. Okay, well, this is a permissions thing. Do you want to allow anyone who has access as a content manager to share folders? We're not going to have anyone else working on this, but you know what? If you want to lock down your permissions just a little bit more, maybe you've got an HR manager in there and you don't want them to accidentally share whole folders of stuff. What I would probably do is do one folder per employee, right? So employee file, and then Mary, and then I would put their one-on-one file inside there, and then any other files, maybe their employment agreement, their onboarding logs, like I don't know if you've got corrective actions or formal warnings or something like that, or if they give you their bank details information or social security information. That's the kind of thing that you might want to store in a employee file, and you could put that all in one folder. Now, that setting that I just ticked there, let's go back to my settings. Allow content managers to share folders. Let's say you had a manager in here and you wanted them to be the person who is responsible for onboarding employees and managing them. Yeah, sure. In that case, you might want to tick that option. And then the last one, allow viewers and commenters to download, print, and copy files. This is an interesting one. You've got to decide, do I want someone to be able to download, copy, print, one-on-one files? I don't know. Maybe you don't want that to happen. So in that case, you might untick that. So that covers how to set up a employee shared drive. Let me know, do you think I missed anything? If there's anything that I could add to that, let me know down in the comments. If you need more help with what we've covered in this video, IT Genius provides support services to businesses all over the world with problems just like this. Click the link below to get started.